Hello and welcome to Bahrain Now, your source of local initiatives, happenings, talents, and trends. I'm your host, Khalid Hijris, here to walk you through our exciting lineup of segments and personalities from around Bahrain. So don't go away, we'll be right back. Bahrain has added another significant achievement to its growing record of international success in sustainability and social responsibility. The chairman of the Bahrain Society for Social Responsibility has been awarded the 2026 Global Excellence Award for Social Responsibility from the United Kingdom in recognition of his contributions to sustainable development, ethical practices, and positive community impact. This prestigious recognition highlights the growing global appreciation of Bahraini expertise in sustainability and corporate social responsibility. And to tell us more about this remarkable accomplishment, we're pleased to be joined here in the studio by the chairman of the Bahrain Society for Social Responsibility, Mr. Khalid El Qaoud. Welcome, how are you doing today?
It's great to be in your program, and thank you for the invitation.
Of course, anytime. It's our pleasure to have you. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you so much on this incredible achievement. What does this recognition mean to you personally and professionally?
Well, to be honest, everything that we achieve in our life, we dedicate it to our great Kingdom of Bahrain. So if it's for me, it's a payback for the efforts, but it's for our country. It's to say thank you for all the things that the country have been providing us since we were kids, till the day that we have achieved all what we are achieving today.
Absolutely, very well said. And the award recognizes your efforts in creating sustainable impact, both for people and the environment. Could you tell us about the projects that have made the greatest difference in you achieving this accomplishment?
It goes back to the day that we have started our association back in 2011. To be specific, on the 24th of April 2011, where we wanted to bring a real change to the community. So what we have been focusing on is that we divided all our project into environments, social, culture, and economy. So any project that we do have to be one of those four channels or a combination of two or three. And we look into the biggest challenge that we can bring with the private sector solution to it, and at the same time it should be a sustainable outcome. To mention some of those projects, we had the unemployment, increased number of unemployment people. So what we did during the Corona period, one of the school wanted to close down. So we took the tables and the chairs and the computers, and we have opened 5 centers to train the unemployed people. And that have also helped in reducing the number of unemployed people and to prepare them for to the labor market. At the same time, we work very closely with building sustainable solutions for anything related to the environment, and we involve the community in such projects similar to rebuilding public gardens, where the people who help in planting the trees and repainting the walls is the children of the same area. So we ensure that there is a care, there is a sustainable outcome out of everything that we do.
Wonderful, and I think it also shows that kind of two-way relationship between the area as well and the residents and everything. I think that that's a very nice touch. Now, this achievement also reflects positively on Bahraini talent and expertise. How important is it for Bahrain to have representation on global sustainability platforms?
Bahrain have been always in the world map when it comes to showcase the talent, the projects, and also the policies that can help sustaining what we are doing right now. I'll give you an example of a very well-known project globally, which is Aluminium Bahrain Alba. Aluminium smelters are well known that they do have a part of their process which produce unhealthy, let's say, we'll call it steam or pollutions. But Alba is one of the greatest example globally that doesn't have environment effect. Plus, as we know that trees is 600% get effect from the air if there is pollution than a human being. And Alba have its own oasis and it's full of flowers and greenery. That's to confirm that the whole smelter is an environment-friendly smelter. This is only one of many other projects that Bahrain do have. So what we do is that we pass the information and the projects of our country and what we do as well to the world and to the next generations. And we focus also in our publications and the research that we do, and we publish them in Scopus, that it do help the reflections of how beautiful is Bahrain and how Bahrain is caring about the environment, the culture, and the citizens and everybody living here.
Wonderful. And now you were invited to receive the title of Global Leader in Social Responsibility. What responsibilities come with an honored title like that?
Well, the first responsibility is your responsibility toward your country, especially if you are a citizen of Bahrain and you receive all those great care from from Bahrain and our leadership. Let's mention some of them. We go to and we learn in our schools, and our schools is free. We also, when we are in need of medical supports, we go to the hospitals, and our services in the hospitals is free. When we want to excel in our educations and we go to the university, it's a very, very reasonable price. When we want to start a family, the governments and the leadership in our country, they support us with housing. The electricity, the water, and lots of other things that is beautiful. We receive them all that. If it's not for free, it's for a very minimum, let's say, pay. All of those things make us pay respect to the country where we are. And it's not a choice, it's a must that we become the ambassadors of our country. And once you showcase what your country is doing, and you also become on the same channels of building sustainable projects that can create solution to many challenges. We don't have problems in our beautiful country. Bahrain is like any other country, have small challenges. When you build a sustainable challenges and you invite the private sector, you bring also the citizens of the country, you also involve the next generations in the solution, you're actually building a sustainable cycle for sustaining the outcome, and also create innovative generation that can help in building a beautiful future for our country.
Very well said. Thank you so much for giving us a bit of insight into the mentality that made this achievement possible as well. It's great to see how you approach things and your mentality when it comes to social responsibility. And actually, Roger Wallens described your approach as an example of true leadership that creates lasting change. How would you define effective leadership, especially in the field of social responsibility?
Well, we are the children of a great leader, His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the king of our beloved Kingdom of Bahrain. He is our example. We look up for His Majesty as the greatest leader ever. With his leadership, he have transferred the Kingdom of Bahrain to be one of the world model in peace, prosperity, in welcoming everyone, and also giving the right to people to showcase their talents and bringing solutions. We do have the parliaments, we do have many other things that can put Bahrain in the world map, and that didn't come without a great leadership. So when it comes to leadership, leadership is about building an action that can be that can become a solution for a challenge not only in your community but also into every aspect of the living in this beautiful country. Take an example of a petrochemical smelter that we have, which is GBIC. They have their own fish farm, and they do also release all those thousands and thousands of fish to the sea, where they are adding to the environment and the sea world of surrounding the Kingdom of Bahrain. So you can get an example of some of the economic also leadership that can build the projects to sustain environmentals and also cultural things in our country. That's only an example of many other organizations that have built a great change in our country. The recycle factories that we have is playing a great job in sustaining the effect of a real recycle for a better future in the Kingdom of Bahrain. Not to forget also the great role that the Ministry of Social Development is doing in encouraging the non-profit organization and building and contributing to the specialty that they have been established for. So you have the special needs NGOs. They're playing great efforts in doing their job, as well the specialty non-profit organization like the engineering, the doctors, the CSR that we are running as well. So many of those things is building a real change in showcasing the unity of the Bahrainis and also the organizations that is functioning from the Kingdom of Bahrain. So yeah, leadership, we do have the greatest example, His Majesty the King Hamad, and also His Royal Highness Crown Prince. And they have taught us who we are today and how to present our country globally and reach to what we have achieved today.
Absolutely, very well said. I think everyone in Bahrain owes them a great deal, and it's under their leadership that we've been able to flourish the way that we have. Now, my next question is that you've also been invited to represent Bahrain at the Green World Awards. What opportunities does this create for showcasing Bahrain's achievements, particularly in sustainability?
Well, if you look into not only the projects that we do in the corporate social responsibility, look into the example of sustainable projects that have been built in Bahrain when it comes to the economy. Today, Bahrain have started the example and building the examples of the sport world in the region, because it was the first who brought the Formula One to the Gulf. And after that, the Formula One was introduced into other countries. And this kind of a project is building and contributing in two parts, which is the sport part and as well in the economic part in a very sustainable way. That's been having the round every year show that Bahrain is in the world map of one of the greatest places to host sport events. Adding to this the aviation and the air show that we are having in the Kingdom of Bahrain, adding to this the investments forums that we are having every year, and many other things that can confirm to you today that Bahrain is in the world map as the greatest country to generate sustainable projects in many fields, not only in economy, but it's also in building examples of social projects, as well as sustaining its culture and improving the image of how we are building our culture into an international level and making it a hub in the world that do come and see how we have generated the past into a proper image of the future. So this is not an easy task when it comes to how to showcase your history into a way that can attract the whole world to come and see it in your country. So yeah, sustaining projects all over the world through the channels of economy, social, and culture and environments is what Bahrain is doing. We are a small player in the market through the Corporate Social Responsibility Association. We're trying our best today as we have started, we are registered at the United Nations, and we are in the process of completing our paperwork to have a seat on the General Assembly. The same goes to the Arab University in Egypt, that we are trying also to have a memorandum of understanding and collaborations with them. So with what we're doing, we moved from a local identity as a non-profit organization into moving into a global status in what we are doing. So to meet the standard, we also have started the higher research committee, which many of our research is being published internationally through the Scopus platform. We also published lots of books. One of our books in corporate social responsibility is now being used in some of the universities for the students. And that makes us really proud that we have also contributed in the field of education. Loyalty is very important for us. So during the unpleasant war that we have been forced to be in this situation that we have been through, we focused into showing the real collaboration between us and the governments and the private sector's organization. We have graduated over 600 citizens in Bahrain in first aid with civil defense. Also, we were one of the first organizations that built a local awareness through an online platform, through a workshop, open to the whole citizens of Bahrain into how to deal with the challenges that the war have also been introduced to us. Many other things that we have been focusing on that make us today being recognized by international organizations similar to the UK CSR associations that have recognized our efforts and have granted us this award.
Wonderful. I'd like to thank you so much for your time today. You've given us a lot to think about, and I think shed a really illuminating light on, for example, the work that you do, and how we can build kind of a more cohesive Bahrain, especially in terms of the sustainability and the partnership between the private and the public sectors. Lastly, is there just any messages you'd like our viewers to take away from this interview?
We grow up in a very beautiful country. We should never forget that we are proud Bahrainis, and we should always be the ambassadors of this country. We have the greatest leader, His Majesty King Hamad, and he's our father, he is our leader, and he's the one who we should always be proud of who we are due to him. This country have been giving us a lot. It's the time for us now to pay back respect to this beautiful country and let our country be well known to the whole world that it's the land of peace, it's the land of opportunities, it's the land that welcomes everyone.
Absolutely. Words to live by and words to honor. And thank you so much again for your time, and congratulations again on the achievement. Very well deserved.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We have even more coming up here on Bahrain Now. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at what's going on beyond the studio in the following report.
The Embassy of the Federal Republic of Germany in the Kingdom of Bahrain hosted a ceremonial reception marking the handover of the local presidency of the European Union from the Republic of Cyprus to the Federal Republic of Germany. The ceremony was attended by ambassadors, diplomats, government representatives, and distinguished guests. The event marked the conclusion of Cyprus's tenure and the beginning of Germany's leadership of the local EU presidency. It provided an opportunity to reflect on the achievements accomplished during Cyprus's presidency while reaffirming the shared commitment of the European Union member states to strengthening cooperation, coordination, and dialogue. The handover reflects the European Union's rotating local presidency system, which promotes coordination among EU diplomatic missions and supports stronger partnerships with the host country. Under Germany's leadership, the local EU presidency will continue to foster dialogue, enhance cooperation, and advance initiatives that further strengthen the partnership between the European Union and the host country.
Today we mark the final day of the Cyprus presidency of the European Union and the passing of the baton of the local EU presidency to the Embassy of Germany here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. The Republic of Cyprus had the privilege to be the presidency of the European Union over the past 6 months. It was a challenging period globally, a lot of geopolitical uncertainty, and Cyprus really strived to achieve a lot of results to the benefit of the European member states, European citizens, but also building bridges and building partnerships with countries like Bahrain and the GCC in general. We feel very proud that the Republic of Cyprus, a small island nation in the Eastern Mediterranean, very close to the Middle East and very close to the GCC, really put forward a very ambitious agenda and delivered a lot of results on many European files, but also, and more importantly, we managed to build a very strong partnership with Bahrain and the GCC. Over the past 6 months, the European Union presidency was in very close collaboration with the GCC chairmanship, of course with the Kingdom of Bahrain, and together we worked in many capitals, we worked in multilateral organizations, we worked together for advancing peace, stability and prosperity in the region and beyond. I would also like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the Kingdom of Bahrain for the valuable support that they have provided us, to our embassy and to the Republic of Cyprus in promoting this ambitious agenda, which as I have said, had the GCC at its core focus. It was one of our priorities as the European Union presidency, and we're very glad that during the past 6 months, both the bilateral relationship between Cyprus and Bahrain really was advanced and enhanced by the state visit of the President of Cyprus in January, which was the first overseas visit as EU presidency. And then, of course, many other engagements and interactions between our leaders and foreign ministers.
Yeah, today we are celebrating the handing over ceremony from the Cyprus embassy to the local German presidency here in Bahrain. We are very proud as Germany to take over from Cyprus. We have several aims and objectives during the next 6 months to achieve here in the Kingdom of Bahrain. First, we are looking forward to really establishing and setting up the EU Bahraini Chamber of Commerce and Industry here in the kingdom. Then we are looking forward to the EU GCC Summit in October with heads of states and governments from 27 EU member countries and 6 GCC countries. We are also looking forward already to the European Day of Languages at the end of September. And of course, and that's really for people, also here in Bahrain, we are looking forward to continuing our work on visa liberalization with the European Union and GCC countries, and also on the free trade agreement between the European Union and GCC countries. The last one really would mean that customs and tariffs on a lot of goods and services would come down, so everybody, companies, but also customers would profit from that.
Bahrain Polytechnic held a press conference announcing the launch of its first ever applied PhD program since the institution's establishment, the Doctor of Philosophy PhD in Engineering and the Doctor of Philosophy PhD in Computer Science. In addition, Polytechnic announced 3 new applied research-based master's programs: Master of Science by Research in Mechanical Engineering, Master of Science by Research in Electronics Engineering, and Master of Science by Research in Computer Science.
Well, I think, since the establishment of the Polytechnic in 2009, we've evolved, particularly around undergraduate, and we've now evolved from that stage. And I'm discussing with industry. Industry are saying to us there's a real need for research and development, and particularly applied research and development, which will really deal with real-world issues and real issues for industry. So in consultation with industry, we've developed the applied Masters and PhD by Research, but really will focus on terms of the innovation and in resolving real-world problems for industry. And to date, that hasn't been done, particularly in Bahrain. While we have PhDs being done in Bahrain, they're very much on the academic side, the blue sky thinking, where this is very much an applied area, which is in line with our mandate and indeed our philosophy as educators. In terms of the vision for Bahrain really is to develop an ecosystem for innovation and entrepreneurship. And I think fitting in with the applied research programs, particularly at PhD level, gives us a skill, but it also develops an ecosystem where we're going to be creating knowledge as opposed to buying in knowledge. And that in itself adds significantly to the vision of the goals of 2030.
This milestone reflects Bahrain Polytechnic's commitment to strengthening postgraduate education and scientific research while responding to the evolving needs of the labor market.
My name is Dr. Philippe Ringuet. I'm a Dean of Research and Innovation at Bahrain Polytechnic. So we are delighted to be launching those 5 new programs, 3 masters by research and 2 postdoctorate program by research as well. The idea of running those programs is to be able to contribute with industry to solve real industry projects at a high level. So be able to contribute to their research and development needs and be able to cultivate research culture in industry and be able to grow the economy. So the programs, the Masters by Research program is centered around a research project that comes directly from industry based on one of the problems that they're facing. We want to help Bahraini companies to do their research and development. So the program is very much centered around the project. There are some classes related to their field of research, but also in terms of research methodologies. But most of the learning comes from the research they do on the problem and finding a solution, applying a real-world solution to a real-world problem.
Well, if we go back to the start of the Polytechnic, one of the reasons the Polytechnic was established was to realise the vision of 2030 and fuel Bahrain with the talent that it needed. This is really the next step on this journey to provide the innovation required that companies need to grow the national economy. And we're really excited to be launching this today. We're really looking forward to working hand in hand with industry in Bahrain to be their research partner, so to be the research and innovation partner for all of the industries in Bahrain to help fuel their growth and really see the growth of the national economy over the next 10 to 15 years. The industry partners are actually coming up with the research topics, so they're not things that the Bahrain Polytechnic are coming up with, they're coming from industry, and our goal is really to support industry to solve the problems that they're facing. We only provide the technical expertise and the infrastructure to do that, but really it's from the industry for the industry. I think this is the perfect closing stone to Vision 2030. It's the last step to fuel the innovation in the national economy, and we're really looking forward to this boosting innovation and fueling the next Vision 2050.
The new programs align with Bahrain Polytechnic's 2026-2029 strategic vision, which supports Bahrain Economic Vision 2030 and aims to build an innovative educational ecosystem that contributes to sustainable development and prepares highly qualified national talent for the future.
This brings us to the end of the episode. We'd like to thank you all for watching, and as always, be sure to reach out to us on our social media accounts shown below. We love to hear from you. Until then, this was Khalid Hidris. Good night, and God bless.